agree on it. So right now, the closed beta for mainnet is happening, and we're trying out the transaction fees, collecting the gas fees for all the transactions, and this is going to go on for about a month. So by next month, we will probably launch the open beta. This mainnet that has been developed for so many years has finally had a chance to actually go out into the hands of all users. And this is becoming the true point in time in history of KOK. You'll be able to see the point in time where the KOK token will become a KOK coin. And you'll be able to actually see utilizing that mainnet of utilizing the KOK and actually confirm, prove the technology. I am telling you as fact. With your own eyes, you'll be able to see how the actual ecosystem and how the company does its business. You will be able to see it with your own eyes. Now it's no longer about a question of asking, do you believe this? Do you not? We don't even need to ask this question anymore. If mainnet becomes true, then of course, technology will be proven. And if we have the proven technology, then a lot of exchanges will want to see us with more interest. Back in the day, we used to have what we call an initial coin offering, where before a mainnet is created by a cryptocurrency company, they would have a coin offering, and with that asset, they will create their own mainnet. And they will try to list on even large major exchanges. But a lot of these companies that did these initial coin offerings actually crashed. Why did that happen? Even though they had their own mainnet, why did their price not be accepted to the world? Why are the prices of those companies that have their own mainnet crashing down? It's because they don't have the community, the user, the ecosystem of the fully established coin. Literally, they spent so much money to develop the coin, but they didn't invest anything to actually have an ecosystem of users. The proper step of a cryptocurrency company should be of developing the mainnet after having the basis, the users, and the ecosystem, so that when mainnet is ready, users can be utilized. This is the model of success. But even, let's say, look at us. Even before we have our own mainnet, we have 10 of the major exchanges already lists our coins up there. And if we have our own mainnet, what will happen? More and more exchanges will ask us to be listed onto their exchanges. And you yourself, the users, this is a function I want to tell you. Oh, it's not about, oh, I can't do the calculations. No, you can, just like looking at the transaction list at a bank transaction list that you have, it's exactly the same. You, with your own eyes, you'll be able to see and verify that the company is making money, to see its source of income. In the past, until now, perhaps right now too, but KOK, Kstadium, a lot of people, there were two big words that was always going against us. The first one was, oh, I don't know where its source of income is. Where is this business revenue? And the second one was, this is just a multi-level marketing scheme. Those were the two big antis against Kstadium. But as we changed it to Kstadium, we literally completely got rid of those two notions. We're free from those. Why? Because until now, we are not a multi-level marketing, as what the Koreans will say. Actually, because in Korea there are those MLM. What we say here, it's about selling something so that another level selling part is made. A lot of people were basically putting up against this measuring stick of a ruler of an MLM. But as you know, KOK, we don't sell anything. We don't receive money. So then we said, this is why it's not MLM. But, because you guys have different level factors, then because your profits are matched with that, then that's why you guys are MLM. And that's the type of names that we were receiving. But with its big launch of mainnet, we basically scrapped this entire model. So now we're just a referral marketing. It's just you and the referrer. And for all the levels below that, it's basically putting them all together and based on their total volume. So now it's all up to on level 2. It's basically finding a referral and referee. It's no longer M&M. So we fixed that issue. The second one, what was it? A lot of people were saying like, hey, you guys don't have any good contents. Where are you making all this money? Where is its source of income? And how is the company creating this money? So a lot of people were saying, oh, then because we can't see that type of income, then it's the Ponzi scheme because you're basically circulating money. And we try to explain to them, we're not giving you money, we're giving you a token that, and that token, it's already fully made. Um, we're basically distributing a token that has no apparent value, but through putting it into a supply, demand, and into an ecosystem of usage, we're actually changing a token with no value to a token with value. Learn the method of token economy. But we explained that. And what did they say? Oh, I don't understand what a token economy is. So this is why when they tried, they didn't try to understand, which is why they just blatantly objected it against the idea. But now, so now it's easy to tell them the token economy because you can actually see the transactions with your own eyes. Scan it. See, can't you see where you see the verified source of income of Kstadium? The one thing that always, those two things that always grab their ankles to go forward. Now it's completely, we've gotten rid of them. And through that, perhaps it's the most important at the bottom, which says completion of a sustainable economic structure. And to understand this, you have to understand what a D app is, a decentralized app. Remember I told you applications on the cell phone? D. What does D? Decentralized app. That's what a DApp is, or DApp. Decentralized applications. It could be games, contents, anything that can be literally utilized inside a blockchain. All of those apps that can run inside of the blockchain is called a dApp. And this dApp, we're going to make them use our chain, the Ether chain, the Ethereum chain, ERC20 chain. Right now, all of the companies, most of the companies are utilizing the ERC20. But what if we have technology that is faster than Ethereum and has the transacting ability that is faster than Ethereum and cheaper transaction fees? But let's say if you create a new token, would you say the KOK chain is something a better model for you than the Ether chain? Which one would you choose? Why don't you just put it on a scale? But Ethereum, but right now they use from a POW method, they're changing into a POS method. But right now, they can only reach maybe 20 TPS transaction per second. And Bitcoin is about 7 transaction per second. But what if to make it into a usable feature in our on our daily life, it's got to be on par with like Visa card and MasterCard. Visa card and MasterCard, their TPS, do you know how much it is? It's about 20,000 TPS, give or take a little. But for us, across the world, we have the fastest 15,000 TPS certified speed in international standards. We're not just saying this with our own word, international standard certified speed of 15,000. And right now we are trying to achieve 100,000 TPS and then up to 1 million TPS as well in the future. So let's say we have speeds, world top tier speed level, and we have the technology. What's there's left? It's gas fees. Why is it called a gas fees? When you drive to fill up your car, where do you go? Where do you go to get gas? Gas station, right? This to have a transaction from point A to point B, we do require fuel, and that's what we call it a gas fee for that transaction to be made. And for a blockchain network, this is how they make money. This gas fees is their source of income. And right now, Ethereum's gas fees per transaction is about $50 for 40 US dollars. It's extremely expensive. So, and more traffic, if there's more demand, it's going to be even more expensive. How much is going to be ours? The cheapest in the world on that level. Yep, it's cheaper than Solana, it's cheaper than Luna, cheaper than Quantum, with the faster speed than all the mainnets out there, and with the cheap price of 10 cents per transactions. That's going to be our gas fees. Yes. So then what did you say? Like Oh, then can we actually see the numbers? Something more objective. So right now, it's all we received all our mining rewards once a day, but from now on, you'll receive them 24 times a day. Every hour, it'll be calculated and you'll see that. Why? Why do we break it down to 24 times where you could only receive it once a day? Because 24 times, every time a transaction is made, then because every time a transaction is made, it is being given to the user. So that's basically $2 a day. So we want to make sure that what the other D apps that utilizes, because this is not a technology that we only us are going to use. It's a technology that we want everybody else to want to use, just like how we are borrowing the Ethereum technology. And to do that, we had to lower the gas fees. So what should we do? Why don't we break it down? Instead of having one large gas fee, something small per hour, 10 cents. So why don't we calculate how much money the company will make through our users? So it's 10 cents times 24 because it's, and then multiply that by 365 days. Let's do that. Let's do the math. There's a lot of accounts, but how many active users are there? Active users, that's what we want to know to make the calculation. It's about 700,000 people. And if we do that math, even that alone is something in the trillions in revenue per year. And this is just if we're saying our users. So because and this is just when we receive our mining rewards. What about the other transactions that we do? Like when we use a payment system or when we send the payment or when we exchange the KOK coin. Every time we basically move our form of KOK in any way, that incurs a gas fee. So if you actually do the math to think about what will happen with just the users alone, the company will be able to make 3 trillion wons, which is roughly 1 billion US dollars, 3 billion US dollars per year only in revenue. So this is why we're saying we're just getting started with 700,000 users. What if we have more and more? What if we have a million users, 10 million users, 100 million users? Then and what would happen? Because we have some users, even the D apps will want to enter to go inside our network to have access to our users. And to get inside our network, what would they need to do? They have to pay a certain fee to get inside the network. And whenever transactions that they do inside the blockchain network, they have to pay gas fees. And what will they pay the gas fees with? They'll have to buy the KOK coin out in the market and then sell it and utilize it as a utility fee to be part of the blockchain network. Just like how we buy an Ethereum outside in the exchange and then put it onto the ERC20. It's exactly the same model. So then this revenue, how much revenue are we looking at? It's astronomical. So because of that, we have completed a sustainable economic structure. Why is this important? It's because you need to understand the ecosystem. Hey, look at my phone. Look at this. Oh, wait, 2.5 years? Every day, not even a single day left out, I received a profit. Oh, we didn't give you incentive. Did you sell something? Is it commission? No, a lot of people keep saying commission. It's not commission. A lot of people say it's revenue. So this is why I'm trying to create a healthy company. You didn't sell anything. We didn't sell anything. There's no commission. It's not a commission based. It's not something that comes from the bottom. None of that comes out like that. Oh, because something they sold there and that goes up. No, that's a pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing. No, for us, it's the money that the company would have used for marketing expenses. Instead, they utilize that as incentives, as a referral marketing. And that is basically bring top down. So this. Not even a single day. the company skipped on redistributing the profit and the reward and incentive. No other company has done that so far. So because of that, if you say it that way, a lot of people will say this isn't right. You shouldn't explain it. A company, you have to judge it objectively because a company, it could be a very strong company for about 100 years, but in one moment it can crumble. Sony did that, Kodak did that. A company, it's about the question is if it actually has a sustainable economic structure. You need to understand this. And if it has that, then you can be confident. Then you can explain it to somebody, be like, hey, you're running out of time. Get over here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Then you can confidently say that. If it's a sustainable economic structure, does it have a structure that it has done so far? It has done well so far? No, it's about asking the question, does it actually have a structure that can be sustainable from now on? This is the question. Okay, there's a couple of new things that are going to happen with mainnet. These are some items that we'll be able to utilize and some functionalities, solutions that only companies can use. The best one that I can say is the Kstadium bridge. What's a bridge? A bridge connects something. There's an Ethereum chain, Ethereum. Let's say there's an EOS coin with the EOS chain. And right now, these two chains are not compatible with one another. However, utilizing the Kstadium bridge created by Medium, this bridge solution, it's a hardware solution, not a software. If you utilize this hardware solution, these chains, transactions can happen inter-blockchain. It's revolutionary. This bridging technology is already out there, but we, Medium, will be able to do it through as world's first to hardware, not software. The fact that we even have the 15,000 TPS, we are the number one world through hardware. All the other companies use a software tweak, but we utilize hardware technology to do so. Just like Microsoft Explorer, we have our own. We'll be able to utilize this logic in a worldwide blockchain scale. Another is as new blockchains come into us, new investment opportunities and new reward system will be able to be made. A lot of institutions, a lot of enterprises will come in, and they will have to airdrop, they'll have to advertisement, so they have to give an incentive to the network, and that is the rewards. So let me explain the next slides. So EOS and Luna, Solana, they're all the same. If there's of you who actually understand coin, or for those who have purchased and exchanged coin before, you realize that all the institutions took all the rewards because the institutions, the investment institutions, they don't really usually come in. But if they have registered, a certified blockchain cryptocurrency, then the institutional investors come in. And looking at that, that's when the ants walk in. But who makes most of the reward? It's the institutional institutional investors. So all type of trading, um, and all the markets that we saw, we noticed that the ants can never make the big bucks, but because it's always the institutional investors that reaps most of the rewards. But we're trying to change that. We have what's called a mining pool. Right now we have a mining pool because you have the mining rewards, the ranking rewards, and basic rewards. So depending on how much you put a stake on, just like putting a certain hold onto a bank. So depending on how much you stake into the blockchain platform, when with that, investments and technological development for that blockchain can actually happen. And to incentivize of doing so, and as a reward of putting a stake on that blockchain, you have received the KOK token, and that KOK token, you have received that with an APR of 48%. It's almost 50%. It's pretty high, right? But if you refer somebody from that point on, you even get the referral bonus, a 1-to-1, 100% of their of their profits. And then on top of that, if you have actually a team from that point on, even to 15 levels below you, through through you have a level specific bonus. So it's basically a safe methodology of receiving profits. This, even with the mainnet launch, will continue on exactly as is. But there is now added a new pool, and we call this a